Hey, good morning. Welcome to Hobby Evolution episode 1535. Welcome to the weekend. Happy Saturday. I am a little late this morning. I woke up feeling like absolute shit. Not like this morning, but at like midnight. I went to bed fairly early, but I think I know exactly why. So I woke up at about 12:30 this morning and my stomach was just in knots, I guess. I don't know. It was just terrible stomach pain, a little gassy too, and almost to the point where I was getting nauseous. So I got up, I came downstairs to the basement, and I went into the bathroom, and then like I thought like I'm like, oh, am I gonna throw up? So I'm like, I can't go back to bed because I'm gonna be tossing and turning, wake up Ernie and my wife. So I'm gonna stay down here, lay on the couch. So I laid on the couch down here in the rec room. I fell asleep for about an hour. I woke up 1:30, 2 o'clock. I felt a little better. Like I felt like okay, I can go back to bed. So so I did went back to bed. Ernie got up at I don't know 7. I'm like I'm still tired. I'm just tired. So I slept in. Um I feel better now. But I think the reason was I think there's a couple causes of why I was tired and why my stomach hurt. So I didn't eat breakfast. And I had a light lunch. I had like a bagel and cream cheese for lunch. Then I had to go to the storage unit and I dropped off a bunch of boxes from my garage into the storage unit. And then I wanted to get the storage unit cleared, the tables cleared, so I could bring the Goodwill pallet back to the storage unit. It's also fucking hot. So work up a little sweat. Go to pick up the pallet. Obviously, it's freaking hot. Load it up, take it back to the storage unit. And as I was unloading, I was kind of going through the boxes like, okay, this stuff I'm going to take home to look through because there's probably going to be good stuff in it. So I took longer. I wasn't just unloading it straight into the storage unit. So I was working up I was sweating. I was probably dehydrated, empty stomach. So come back home, do a little shipping. I had to go to then I had to get groceries. So I went to the grocery store and on an empty stomach, on a hungry empty stomach. So I picked up, and this is the mistake I made. I got home and I'm like, I'm so hungry. And I bought these like I think they're loaded with fiber. It's I can't remember what it's like. It's not Coke. Maybe it is Coke. I don't know, but they're really good. They're really good. And I ate a bunch. And then I had some chips and guac. And then we grilled burgers. I grilled burgers. My wife's like, I don't want burgers. I'm like, well, make your own burgers. She's like, yeah, I don't want burgers. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna grill burgers. So, and then my stomach just, even when I was eating dinner, my stomach was just off. And I'm like, and my stomach just kind of through the night. So I think it was too much fiber. I made a mistake. The worst fiber mistake I ever made. I was buying, those like they're basically sugar bars. They're granola bars, but then there's fiber bars. Well, I ended up really liking these fiber bars. And this was when I was working at the university and we were traveling. I can tell you exactly, we were going to Oakland University in Detroit, which is like an 8-9 hour bus ride. If you have too much fiber in your stomach, and it's not like you're shitting your brains out, but it's like uncomfortable, gassy, you just can't get comfortable. I ate like 2 of those fiber bars, maybe even 3. And that was the worst road trip I've ever taken. Awful. Sitting on a bus for 8-9 hours with bloated fiber in your Good. All right, enough about that. So I think that's the reason why. And I'm probably a little dehydrated too because I sweat out a lot. I had a few beers last night. Not a good. I was not a bastion of good health yesterday, but I got a workout in, got a little sweat equity in. Tom, what's going on? What vehicle do you fit the pallet into? Ford Edge, so an SUV. It's about, and I have plenty of room for more. So the pallet, and they're bigger. I spend more money because they charge per pound on cards on pretty much everything by the pallet. But it is, it's about probably close to 175,000 cards. And I can fit about 300,000 cards in my car. If my SUV is completely empty and I utilize all of the spaces, I can fit about 300,000 cards in my car, like in boxes and stuff, So, and I can tell these pallets are bigger because I can't just, I used to be able, because they're in a Gaylord. It's not just a pallet. It's not a wrapped pallet. So I'm not taking the pallet. I'm not loading up a pallet. I'm emptying a Gaylord basically. Gaylord is just a big cardboard box on top of a pallet. So basically they just wheel it out and I just start digging stuff out, loading into my car. So when I got my very first pallet back in, I think it was January of 2021, and I got the very first one, and I think yesterday was number 26. That was my concern. It's like, and I still worked in transportation at the time. So it's like, I know people, but I also know the cost of, getting a truck and all the stuff, I would have to pay for residential delivery. I would have to pay for a lift gate. I would have to pay for, what else? What other accessorial? So just on top of the run, I've got to pay all these accessorials. So, and then when I realized it's like, oh, I can just empty. So, cause I asked, I'm like, I'm going to load in. They're like, oh, well, if you have a truck, you can probably fit it all in a truck. I'm like, oh, I know I can fit 300,000 cards in my SUV. So I did the math. It's like, oh, it's about 100. Back then it was a smaller Gaylord, about 125,000 in the original pallets. So within the last year, they've added more to it, which is also why it's about 2 months between pallets, where it used to be a month to 6 weeks. So yeah, picked the pallet up. And today I want to, should I keep buying pallets? I don't really know the answer. I almost didn't buy this one. And as I was going through, it's like, that was the thought that crossed my mind as I'm unloading it and opening up each box of, oh, here's more 91 Fleer. Here's more 89 top. Here's a binder. Ooh, I like binders. Oh, it's the 89 top set. This one did have some boxes of like 82 tops, 82 Fleer, 83 Fleer. Leave the in the thumbnail. In the thumbnail, that's the pallet that I took that photo picking it up yesterday. So if you look at the thumbnail to this video, that is the most recent pallet. But I can also I can show you. I probably have it. Is this my, yeah. Let's share the screen. So there we go. So this is the pallet. So that's what I picked up. Let's make it bigger. That didn't make it too much bigger. Let me see if no, I can't make it anymore. So yeah, I mean, you just look at the top, and as soon as I looked at it, I'm like, I can tell you, we'll start up here. These boxes up here where it says Dutton up top, those usually bring the best stuff. That usually brings, these types of boxes are usually the ones that are loaded with good stuff. Sometimes this box here, it looks like box 13. Those are usually filled with just shit that I should just take straight to there's a big dumpster next door, next to the driveway. I should have just dumped it. These boxes, sometimes the cleaner boxes, usually it's more modern, sometimes good. That box back there, it's 90 Fleer. It's probably filled with 90 Fleer. These U-Haul boxes typically have some decent stuff in them. Obviously, these pages of junk wax with price tags on it, those are junk. You see this binder, look at those brown pages. That's going to be a bunch of junk. This binder back here, the baseball card album. There was actually a lot of really cool albums in this. You could only see one from this photo, but there were a few Topps albums, which are nice. There were a couple Milwaukee Brewers albums. There was a New York Mets with Darryl Strawberry, a couple, or maybe one Wisconsin Badgers binder. So there were some decent binders. The stuff inside wasn't very good, but I did pull some Jordans. There we go. Oh, I did pull some Michael Jordans. There was a Kobe that sells for about $20 that was right there on the top. So there's some decent stuff, but overall, it's like, So we'll get into it. Let's go say hello to the chat. Andy Mack, what's going on? Good morning. Andy says, probably not. It seems like the pallets don't fit your new business model. They do and they don't. So they do in the fact that I can move Dan Marino, Barry Sanders, Joe Montana. That stuff really sells. And however, you figure, let's say I throw away. I just toss 25. Let's say I throw away 25% of the pallet. Let's say it's 175,000 cards. Shit, I didn't bring my Post-it notes. So, all right. So say there's 175,000 cards. I paid $900 for this pallet. So you say, well, I paid it. I paid, what's that? That's a fraction of a penny, right? What's 900 divided by 175,000? I'm paying, what is that? A half a penny? Less than a half a penny, right? Half a penny. I haven't had my coffee yet this morning. But I'm not selling all 175,000 cards. Let's say 25% of those get tossed. So that's 175,000 divided by 25. That's basically 44,000 I'm throwing away. So now we're down to minus 44,000. Now we're down to 131,000 sellable, and obviously the 89 tops not very sellable. So we're at 131,000 cards. And now there's probably 130,000 that are going to be sold in bulk. So basically, I'm paying like $1 a card. I'm paying about $1 a card. Now, Kobe's going to sell for $15-20, maybe more on live. Some of the Jordans will sell for about $5 a piece. So I'll make my money on those 1,000 cards. I'll make my money, and then hopefully find a Mike Trout blue autograph. Probably not going to happen. But hey, if I find there was a 2000 set of football, so I did bring that. That's still in my car. I got to look to see if the Tom Brady's in there. I would imagine it's cherry picked, but there's been Tom Brady rookies in here before. So basically, I'm paying about $1 a card. Now I'll make some money back on the junk, the stuff that I don't throw away. I'll sell, basically I've been kind of selling out of my storage unit. I've had a few people come in and buy basically like the junk boxes. If it's like a 90 Fleer set, it's like $5. Binders I sell for 10 with all the pages and cards. Sometimes the binder's worth more than the cards. Sometimes the cards are worth more than the binder. So it just kind of evens out. So I'll make some money back, but that's a super slow burn. Now, the good cards, the Kobe, I'll bring some boxes in today. I may do a double dip on eBay Live today. It's already 10 because I slept in this morning. So I may do an afternoon, just a little pop-up show in the afternoon. Hopefully it's supposed to rain a lot this weekend, so hopefully it does, so I can double dip. I'd like to double dip today and tomorrow and really take advantage of the weekend sales. And that's the great thing about live selling is I can get more money for some of these cards than I would on live and get them immediately. Pick them up Friday, sell them on Saturday, and sell them for a premium over what I would sell them for on the core platform on eBay as a buy it now. Lee is here. Good morning. Where did you get that pallet from? Goodwill, baby. This was my 26th Goodwill pallet. We talked about that. Makes more sense. I was wondering if you rented U-Hauls, LOL. There may come a time where I have to rent a U-Haul for something. Although I'm trying to downsize the storage unit because I still have more shit here in the basement to take over there. Gem City, what's going on? Good morning. We showed the pictures. Tom says one answer, Judge Auto Rookie. There you go. That would make it worth my while. Lee says it looks like 200,000 cards. It could be close to they used to show the weight, so I could kind of have an idea. It was basically about 125,000 cards, but these are much bigger Gaylords, which it's kind of a pain in the ass because I can't like lean over. It used to be, and if they would put like a big old 5-row or even worse, like a giant U-Haul box at the bottom, and I would have to like I'd break my back and throw my back out trying to pull this weight because I'm leaning over the Gaylord and then pulling it up. So sometimes it's a hazard. But now with these bigger, even like the small boxes, I can't just reach in because the Gaylords are so tall. Once I get to the bottom, I have to lean the Gaylord over. Unfortunately, it's not like there's a little give to the cardboard. It's a thicker cardboard, the Gaylords, but it's not like it's not like hard as like pallet wood, a wood on a pallet or something. It's but it's not like cardboard, like a baseball cardboard or a cereal box cardboard or something like that. So have to really dig in. So yeah, I was going through. There was that 2000 set of football that I just didn't want to dig through it in the 90-degree heat. And then there was probably about a dozen Jordans that I've pulled so far. Let's see, the Kobe. The Kobe is like a 23 karat gold. It's worth a lot less than I was thinking because it's like a second-year card. But it still sells for the 15 to 20 range, and I'll probably get more for that on eBay Live. We'll see. What else was in there? I'm trying to think. I pulled a nice stack. I pulled some Marinos and Barry Sanders out of the binders. It's like, oh, these will go for a few bucks. But yeah, if I can make $1,000, if I can do $1,000 in the next couple days on what I pulled, I'm happy. Because I know I can eventually, I make a little bit of profit there, and then I'll make some money on the junk, and then I'll go through some more stuff and probably find some other stuff. The problem when I take it to the storage unit is I don't go through it thoroughly. Like if I brought it home, if I had the space to bring it home and go through it, make a mess, I find stuff. But I don't find as much stuff because I'm in a hurry, especially when it's this hot. However, I was in my storage unit last week and I had a box, 800 count box that I thought was junk. It was from the last Goodwill pallet, just hanging out like, this is just junk. But I had somebody looking through cards. So that's what I do when people are looking. I'm like, I'll just look through. And there was a first-year chrome Roki Sasaki refractor from NPB. And it's probably a $40 card, somewhere in that range. So that's just hidden with a bunch of like junk. So those are some of the finds that, sometimes there's a $50 card just hiding away. Of course, that would have been a $150 card back in January, February, but hey, oh well. Donald's in the house. Good morning. Gem City says, you dip, Daniel. No hat today. I need my hat. My hair's getting long. I did shave today. Lee says, how much was your first pallet compared to this one? About half as much. I think the first pallet back in 2021 was $450 after tax. This one was $900, like $895, I think, just under $900. Now the first pallet was, say 125,000 cards. This one's probably 175 to 200,000 cards. So the rate they charge by the pound But that has also gone up. I think it was around, let's see if I can remember what the numbers were on that first pallet. 450. I think it was around 75. No, it might have been higher than that because I don't think it was 600. I don't think it was a 600-pound pallet. It might have been like 500. No, it wasn't. I'm thinking it was around 80 cents a pound. And I think now it's around, shit, it might still be around 80 cents a pound. Maybe it's 90 cents a pound. Because this can't be. I don't think this is a 900 pound. It might be close to. It might be close. So I'm thinking around 80 cents a pound was the initial rate back in 2021, and now it's close to $1 a pound. So it hasn't really gone up that much. Yeah, I'm paying twice as much as I did, but I'm also getting significantly more cards. So it's gone up, but not terribly, not terribly too much. James says pallets all day if people are still buying base cards for $20 on eBay Live. And so going back to Andy's point, and that's where it's like, should I buy? So I didn't usually I snag these up immediately. As soon as I get notified that there's one available, I buy it. This one I waited several hours and it was live to purchase. And it was still there in the afternoon. I'm like, fuck it, I'll buy it. The problem is the digging. And it's like, I don't have the time I used to have to just dig through. So that's kind of where it's at. But the actual stuff that's inside, now that is definitely worth it because I can, but also you also have to take into consideration, okay, well, yeah, you can get $5 for a Barry Sanders card. I can go to a card show and pull Barry Sanders cards out all day for 25 cents each. And, here I'm paying, I might be paying $1 a card as opposed to 25 cents for the Barry Sanders I pull out. However, there could be a $50 Kobe Bryant. There could be a $150 Tom Brady. There could be a $6,500 Mike Trout Bowman Chrome Auto. So you just never know. And so that's the part I like is it's kind of my answer to wax. I don't rip wax. I haven't ripped wax since Top Series 1. I bought a case of Series 1. I won't be doing that again. Now, I probably will buy a couple boxes. I'm not going to do a case and rip and flip the base, but I will buy a few boxes. I'll probably buy a few boxes of Allen and Ginter and do like a Ginter release day eBay Live. But I won't be selling $1.75 commons on my Buy It Now store, in my Buy It Now section. Those will just go in a quarter box basically. So that's good for my quarter box shoppers. Do you have any of the new Allen and Ginter? Yes, I do. All commons. Here you go. So Top Series 1, I won't buy a case to rip and flip. I'll buy a couple boxes, maybe 3 or 4 boxes. Ginter, I'll probably buy a couple boxes. Bowman, I'll probably buy a bunch of blasters. But that's about it. Everything else is just not worth it to me. Topps Update's not a big thing for me. I don't get into Top Series 2, Topps Update. Although with Topps Update, Topps Update might be pretty loaded with rookies this year. If Mizorowski gets a rookie, who else? I think there might be some big, just from what has transpired by rookies this year. There's been some rookies that have really stood out this year, so might be a good buy. All right. Lee says, I will move to Wisconsin so I can go through your pallets. I've got a storage unit. You come on and sort. Be my sorter. All right, what else is going on? That's about it. Woke up, stomach ache. I still have I've got a headache, but I'm pretty sure the headache's from dehydration, and I'm pretty sure the stomach ache I had was from too much fiber. So I need to be careful with my diet today. Lee says, I've heard a lot of eBay stores are dumping from store and going live. They are starting to add more and more eBay Live sellers. So right now, eBay's only taking on certain sellers. I actually had I don't know if you guys are familiar with Sports Card Nonsense, but Mike Gio, him and I had a Zoom call yesterday. They have a deal with eBay, and they're going to eBay Live, and he couldn't figure out. Mike, I helped my future competition with eBay Live. He says I've had multiple calls with eBay trying to get started. He's like, I don't know technology and I don't know how to get these listed. So I helped him out. It took like 3 minutes. Like, he's like, that's it. That's how easy it is. I'm like, yeah. eBay Live the console has definitely improved over the last couple months. And as I was like walking him through it, I'm like, you know what? I should probably be doing this myself, because I'm doing multiple steps that I don't have to be doing. So I think I'm going to change the way I do listing just from walking Mike through it. So first time I've talked with him. Awesome dude. Yeah. And I think he's bringing on some sellers. I think they're going to have like a network of sellers on their channel. So, and that's why it's important for me to start doing more and more lives and trying to get more and more lives going, because there's more and more competition coming. And I need to take advantage of that first, one of the first in the door on eBay Live. Rock Latex says Mizorowski and Kurtz. Yeah. Mizorowski, Kurtz. You know, Mizorowski's a collector. I think there was a story that he, was opening a box at a shop in Milwaukee and pulled his own auto. And I think he's into Pokemon too. There was a photo taken of him. And those fucking Brewers keep winning. God. And Nick Kurtz having a freaking phenomenal season for the A's. James says, LOL, too much fiber. Yeah. Too much fiber, man. John says, Mizorowski debuted too late for update this year. When was does he have a call up on a Tops now? That's the age old. He has the call up. I'm sure he has a Mizorowski Tops now. And what about Kurtz? Mizorowski will not be in Tops update. He's got a call up. How about Nick Kurtz? Nick Kurtz does have a rookie logo. So at least Nick Kurtz will be in. Gem City, and thank you. And by the way, Gem City Card Show gave me the nudge. He says, Mike is a good dude, better be aligned than against. Right. He's got a much bigger following than I do. Because I have been slammed this week, and I'm like, I just don't have time. And I'm like, yeah, actually, it would be beneficial, I think, if I helped him out. Cooter says, went to the oldest bar in Oklahoma last night. My wife was adamant that I need to take you there the next time you come down. Yes, I am so there. I do want to come down. I don't even know if we need to, we could do an OKC weekend. Like, we don't even have to go to the Dallas Card Show. I had more fun at the card shops. Spend a few hours one day at the MM7, spend another day at the, what is it, Wally's? The other shop. And just digging through bargain. I had more fun at the shops than I did at the Dallas Card Show. And I think I got better buys in the card shops in Oklahoma City. Lee says, get ahead of the curve before the wave comes. Absolute. Kirby's. Yeah. Get ahead of the curve before the wave comes. So that's about all I had for today. I do plan, I think I'm going to get to, how many shipments do I have? I've got quite a few orders to ship, but it's pretty easy. It's just a couple of the last auctions. So finish up my shipping, and I'm hoping to squeeze in a live around 1:00 this afternoon. And then I want to go again at 7 tonight, and then hopefully do another double dip tomorrow, Sunday and tomorrow night. Definitely for Sunday singles. I don't want to miss that. And I was gone a lot in the month of July. I still had my best month ever on eBay, despite being gone for a week in Maine. spending the last few days at the National, had 2 days of my Madison card show, and I still was able to put up big numbers on eBay. So I want to crush that in August and really get a good step ahead going into the fall and winter months. Rock Latex says Mizorowski may have an all-star card in update. Will they do that? Will they do that? I don't know if they do that. That'll be interesting. Lisa's afternoon Central, yes. So probably like 1 o'clock today and tomorrow on eBay Live. Orlando, what's going on? Good morning. So that's what I have. What's coming up for this week? So try to get a bunch of eBay Lives in this weekend. Zach wants to know, how are my collect sales? Well, since I sold the Mike Trout at the National, which I did actually, I sold the Mike Trout at the Collects booth. How ironic is that? Ted goes, I wish you could have sold that on the platform. I'm like, yeah, but hey, second best thing is doing it right in front of you at the booth at the National. That was the last card that was on my collect, because I took everything down from Collects and then moved it to eBay. And I actually had a nice little burst of sales when I moved everything over to eBay. But that's what happens when you list new items. So 0 items on Collects. I did make some sales on my Buy It Now, though. Yesterday, I sold the other hobby box I had listed. I listed those on Thursday. I sold the 83 Fleer Thursday night at full price, $350. And then yesterday, I sold the 82 Donruss. I took an offer of $325. And then this morning, I took an offer on I had a 61 Topps Mickey Mantle that I took an offer of $165. So I've been doing well on my Buy It Now store, just with having 70 items listed. They're just bigger dollar items. So, and I've got a few other things that I just kind of have laying around, and it's like, is this better to list on eBay Live, or is this better to list on as a Buy It Now? Where are we at? Mark, what's going on? Good morning. Catching after hitting the Jacksonville card show. How was it? Must have not have been too good, because it's only 10. Oh, wait, it's 11:30 where you're at. Okay, so it's 11:30. I'm like, man, if it's 10:30 and you're already done, but I forget. Florida. So what else is going on? So yeah, I still have more than half of the slabs that I bought at the National that I'll be running. And I really wanted to hold off on a bunch of those because last week they were, some of them sold for like, I thought that would do better, but Sunday singles, I got to get those scheduled so I can get, but I've got some cool stuff. Well, I don't know. Did I show off the slabs that I picked? Lee says 300 for a Fleer set, a box, an unopened box. So 36 packs, unopened box. It's not behind me. Although I do have my 80 Topps packs. I think that's my 84. I also have an 84 Topps rack pack box that I got to get listed. And I think those go for around 300. Mark bought a ton, all from people walking the show, bought a couple Gibson rookies and 42 1956 PSA graded. Boring after the National, right? So I picked up some cool stuff. I had somebody asking for tall boys in an eBay Live, and I got this for $10, and I think I paid a little less than that because I bought a bunch from this dealer, so I got a little deal. It's only a 4, but it's pretty cool. It's Happy Hairston, so I think that'll do well. I was surprised this was only $40. I know it's a 3.5, but it's the big O. It's Oscar Robertson. So I'll be listing this on eBay Live this weekend. Then I got a Tom Van Arsdale. He had a bunch of tall boys. I was just kind of picking out the cheap ones. This is an 8, but it does have the OC on it. So this was my basketball box. What else do I have? Just a lot of like LeBron James and Kobe's. Let's see. A Shaq. I love this Shaq card. It's a 9.5. That should do well. These have been early, or this is 12-13. It's not an early LeBron. I thought that was the Here. Yeah, so I still have a lot of LeBrons. I have a lot of Shaqs. An 80-81 Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And an 8-5. These were all from all these SGCs were from the singles club. A Kobe and a 9 from 2000. That'll do well. Mark says the tall boys will do well. Here's a 79 Gervin. I just wanted a little mix of randomness. 87 Fleer sticker Magic. I think there's a Barkley in here too. Barkley. Let's see. Here's a Andre Iguodala auto. Number to 100. Here's an 80-81 Bird. Larry Bird, Jack Sikma, and Scott May in a 6. Hopefully that will do well. Got a 79 Dr. J. Some vintage in here. Let's see. What else? A lot of Shaqs, a lot of Kobe's. Cooper Flag. I usually get people asking about Cooper Flag. Don't really find much. This will do well. I only paid 15 for that in a PSA 8, but that should do well. It's a rookie year. Juju Watkins, black wave refractor. Cameron Brink. Here's 61 Fleer. This is just sweet. It's an authentic. I paid 25. I don't know if I'll make much on it, but I thought it was cool, and it's definitely different. AI rookie from Stadium Club in a 9.5. So these are just some of the basketball. Here's an early Kobe, Skyforce, Z-Force. Kevin Durant rookie. So some good stuff. Should do well. A couple other AI, a lot of Shaq rookies. Oh, and then I have a whole row of Michael Jordans as well. So a lot of stuff, and I'll be running those this weekend on eBay Live. Zach says, I can't even imagine the heat at a card show in Florida in August. If I were a promoter, I would hand out bars of soap. Can you imagine if someone actually did that? That would be amazing if someone actually did that. Tall boys will do well. Lee agrees. Orlando says Fort Lauderdale, Florida card show today, but rainy day, I'm not going. I hope we get rain. We're supposed to actually, we've got like a flood watch. We're supposed to get a couple inches of rain, like 2 to 4 inches maybe over the next couple days, which I don't know if we need that much, but we could use some rain. I've actually had to water my garden this week for the first time like all summer because we've had that much rain up until recently. Mark says to Zach, that is why I was in at 8 o'clock in the morning and out by 10. There you go. Lee says tall boys do well on whatnot too. Gem City says, Bo, have you been or plan to go to Ship Shawana? No, it's not. I'm not a card show guy, which is funny for me to say that. I'm not a big card show guy. I basically go to the shows that I set up at, and that's it. I don't travel for card shows unless I want to make a special trip. But when I make special trips, it's more about seeing people than it is like the Dallas card show. The only reason I went to Dallas is because I wanted to hang out with Cooter, wanted to meet some of the guys down in Dallas. But no, I don't go to card shows. Like today is Oak Creek, not going. Haven't been to Oak Creek in 2 years probably. Next week I will go to a card show, but I'm setting up as a dealer. And then that gives me enough. Like my card show, and then usually another card show that I set up at during the month is more than enough for me to get my fix. Other than that, it's like I just want my weekends to do what I want to do. So I don't have any plans to go to Ship Shawana. The only destination card shows I'd like to attend, I'd like to go to Philadelphia for the people. I'd like to go to Alex, who's from Card Dealer Pro, collects. He runs the Brotherly Love card show in Philadelphia. So I'd like to go out there at some point. I'd like to go to the Burbank card show, and that's really it. I think Strongsville would be cool, even though I'm not really in that. I don't play in that sandbox for the most part, but it's kind of one of those where I'd like to just see it. And I know a lot of people here, Orlando, Mark. I assume Mark goes. So maybe I'll reach out. When is Strongsville? Is that in like April? March, April? Maybe I'll reach out to my buddy Justin at Rabbit Hole and we can road trip or something. Lee says, wow, you got some good deals. 61 Fleer, do well. That's what I was thinking when I saw it. I'm like, 61 Fleer, that's like an iconic set. Like, now I don't know if my clientele that watch my show, it may be something that I have to list to gain some watchers, which I think when I was talking to Mike Geo yesterday, they want him to run like a Jordan rookie, but they want it posted on the eBay core to gain watchers. And I think that's something I need to do more. Actually have the listings where you can get watchers from core and then they go to the live. The first few eBay lives I did that. I listed everything out. This is what I'm going to run. I think that's why my first few auctions didn't really sell that well. Because it was, here's a Jacob Mizorowski first Bowman. Well, only one or two people want it. It's not going to go for much. But if you have something like, if I did like the 84 Topps rack box, like I think maybe if I did something like that, now that I speak it out, I like that. Instead of just listing as buy it now, although they've been the unopened boxes from the 80s have been going like crazy. So maybe I will. TD Sports Card says, good morning, you PSA collectors. What's going on? Gundy's in the house. What's happening? Gem City says, I get it. I love card shows just to see the people. Cooter says, your OKC around our show as well. Oh, yeah. When is the Oklahoma City card show? Oklahoma City card show. They have a Facebook page. August 23rd and 24th. Jose Canseco. How about that? What's their schedule? They got to have a schedule. Do they have a website? Or do they just kind of schedule it? Because I see their past shows. Oh, this is Oklahoma Card Show, August 23rd and 24th. Jose Canseco, and then a bunch of Pokemon guys. Where are we at? Orlando says Strongsville, April 10th to 12th. I'm definitely going. John says, did you just wake up today and say you wanted to look like... Come on, John. I don't have a mustache. The hair looks futuristic. It would be cool if you could list it, then pull it into any auction at any time. And so I don't think you can do that yet. You can list it. So I can list something. Here, I'll show you. Let's go into eBay Live. Let's create an event. So this is kind of cool. And I just kind of discussed. So we're just going to do test. You know what? I'm going to schedule this for 1:00 today, just because I'm probably going to taking your request. I'm going to do Chat GPT real quick. Create a 175 character description about eBay Live auctions. Taking your all right. Chat GPT is going to work. That was quick. They know me because I ask this question a lot. All right. So we're going to, am I sharing my screen? I'm not even sharing my fucking screen. All right. Let's stop screen. Share screen. eBay Live. All right. All right. So I'm just going to create the show here. All right. So, afternoon request show. And there we go. Live on eBay, taking your request for baseball, basketball, and football cards. Search our inventory. Oh, we don't want to search my inventory. There we go. Just send a request in the chat. We'll try to pull what you're looking for. All right. So now I've got to add this. Let's see. I can remember which I should probably name. That's not it. All right. This might take a second. That's not it either. That's not it. Yep, I should definitely be naming these. How about this one? That's not it. How about this one? That's not it. That's not it. All right. I'm going to try one more, and then we're just going to say fuck it. All right. We're just going to use this one for now. All right. Select category. It's going to be sports trading cards. Select tags. Oh, boy. What do we got? Graded. We're not going to do any unboxing. We're not going to do any memorabilia. We're going to do NBA. We're going to do NFL. Oh, that's all that you can do. Huh. All right. Well, we'll just... Should we publish this? I want to get the right thumbnail. God damn. I think that's the one we used. How about this? All right. Bo, name your fucking images. All right. You know what? Fuck it. We're just going to have ChatGPT create a new one. Create a riveting YouTube content this morning. Where's ChatGPT? Create a blank JPEG image that says Saturday afternoon pop-up eBay Live. All right, let's go say hello to the chat real quick. Let's see. John says hi to Lee. Orlando says hi to John. John says hello to Orlando. John says maybe you need to stop getting the haircut at JCPenney's. Lee laughs. Bo's basement's starting to look like mine. We both need to do better. Isn't that the truth? Reminder that Philly's Kyle is better than Chicago's Kyle. Gem City says because then you could actually change the market, listing junk wax higher than your auction go for, and then pulling them to run. Just an idea. Call it Afternoon Delight. I think I have done one of my shows as Afternoon Delight. This is riveting. Whose idea was this? I need to send them a bag of turds through the mail, maybe just a PWE of turds. I'd rather watch Bo Thompson's top 10 Dave Matthews Band songs. Hey, I can do that. PWE may be pushing it, John. I'm paying as much attention to this as Bo does to Amy's morning chore list. How the sausage is made. Yeah, it's very, come on, ChatGPT. Slower on the image creation. So did I get this right? 8-9 afternoon requests. We're just waiting on ChatGPT now. Still going. Well, this was a terrible idea. I pay for ChatGPT. It should be faster, right? Hit the like button if you like this awesome content. Yes, I do use the paid version. A new data center was green-lighted somewhere. Getting closer, getting closer. It's like 56K modem speed. Come on. At this rate, we're not going to do an eBay Live this afternoon. I haven't had breakfast. I didn't even have my coffee yet. Man, I'm way off this morning. All right, ChatGPT is done. There we go. Saturday afternoon pop-up eBay Live. We're going to download that. All right, go to the eBay Live screen. Here we go. There it is. Saturday afternoon pop-up eBay Live. All right, we're going to publish this. So we go to listings. What you can do is add listings. So you can do from template or from item ID. You can go into your store and be like, okay, I want this 1983 Fleer wax box, and you can just copy and paste the item number. Oh shit. Here's the problem though. So all of these items, so you can pull it from your store. The problem is they're listed as a buy it now, so I can't run them. So I have to switch. I would have to switch. Let me just auction with best offer not supported. Oh, okay. So it must be these magazines must not have best offer enabled. Anyway, so we're going to do a template. Sports card trading singles. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to ChatGPT it, and there's the image. And then we're just going to do Saturday afternoon pop-up sale, card shown on screen. Can you see this, by the way? I don't know if, okay, perfect. You can. Card shown on screen. All right. And then we're just going to do shipping is 99 cents for the first auction, 25 cents for each additional. So we're going to do auction. We're going to do 10 seconds. We're going to do extended. Pre-event visibility is going to be off because it's just the generic. We're going to duplicate, and we're just going to do 100 this afternoon. Create listings. So this is much easier than doing the template, uploading, downloading, copying, and pasting. Wow, this is so much faster. Like, just imagine if I didn't have to create the image and try to find the images. So there you go. So everything is listed, even has a number. And that actually might help in the end. I don't know why it says 99 listings, but oh well. So there you go. That's how the sausage is made on eBay Live. John says the crawl is as riveting as this demo. Lee says watching paint dry. What time is the big sale? So we're gonna go live at 1 o'clock today. So I've got to go make my coffee. All right. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Check me out this afternoon, 1 o'clock Central Time, eBay Live. I'm going to swing again tonight, 7 p.m. Central. So hope to see you in the eBay Live. Have a wonderful weekend. Have a wonderful day. Take it easy.